Hey, what is going on out there in YouTube land? It's another DVD Blu-ray pickup video. I've got a UV code. Tell you what that is right now. It's a UV code for The Lighthouse. And that is The Lighthouse from 2019 starring Robert. It's not Patterson because that's the author. It's Robert. It's the guy who played Cedric Diggory. Diggory? I can't say words today. In the Harry Potter movies, and Willem Dafoe. Excellent movie. Rented it. Went out and bought it full price at Walmart. Uh, I love physical media, so this code goes out to a lucky winner. I'll let you know how you can obtain that at a later point in the video. So you kind of got to watch it. You got to like, you got to subscribe to be the winner. Okay? And also answer a question eventually. So let's get on with the brass tacks. So I got a few DVDs at thrift stores. I picked up some stuff on Amazon. I picked up a lot of stuff on Amazon, actually. I've been on kind of an Amazon craze lately. So that's kind of where we're at right there. So I'm just going to get into it. All right. And first up, now I had picked up El Topo, which is Spanish for the mole, and it was underwhelming. I thought it was going to be crazy, and it was, for me it wasn't, and maybe it's just me, I don't know. But even though I didn't I thought the film was underwhelming, I did pick up Holy Mountain, which is, I believe, the second film of that, and hopefully it's going to be better. So we'll see. I also picked up Freeway with Matthew Bright on DVD. I also picked up Mask, the director's cut. Wishmaster 1 and 2, kind of a fluff film, but fun nonetheless. I found this at a local, like a secondhand boutique, and I thought it was weird. And I think it's like a Region 3 DVD, I'm not really sure. But I read the back of it, and I was pretty intrigued, and it's Ode to My Father, live-action movie, right? Yeah, a live-action, the movie. And it sounds really depressing, and I love depressing films, so it's totally right up my alley. Okay, this is the last DVD on this thing. Oh, no, there's one more DVD in here that I might have talked about the last time that I posted, so I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about this one yet. I found this again at the secondhand boutique store. It's a 3-pack of Vincent Price. It's Tales of Terror, Pit and the Pendulum, and The Raven. Very excited to see that. I haven't seen a ton of Vincent Price films. So I don't know if I talked about this other film. I picked up Cannibal the Musical, and part of the reason is our roommate's never seen this. So it's a great film. You know, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, before the South Park phenomenon, right? Many moons ago. This also has the original audio commentary from the Troma release, which this is a Troma release as well. It's the first Troma movie I've bought in like a really long time. But it has new commentary, which will be kind of interesting, but definitely not as interesting as the original director commentary. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you've heard it, and if you haven't heard it, go out and get this DVD or Blu-ray and check it out. So here's what I got on the Blu-ray front. I finally picked this up. It's number 2, Criterion Collection, Seven Samurai. This is a beautiful film. I mean, it's right up there. I can't wait to watch it on the big screen. So picked up. My wife actually picked this up. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Watched it yesterday. It was actually pretty good. Some really good cheesy lines. I loved it. It was a great little action flick. I totally enjoyed it. Picked up The Wicker Man, the original, not the Nicolas Cage debacle, though. It is what it is, right, with the Nicolas Cage thing, which is funny that I mentioned that. My computer's making noise. Apologies there. Wicker Man, the original, there's featurettes and interviews, restorative comparison. I haven't seen this in a long time, so this will be a neat thing to check out again. And speaking of Nicolas Cage, I did pick up Color Out of Space, the Richard Stanley film. Richard Stanley is also known for doing Hardware, which stars... I can't think of the guy's name. Lead singer of Fields of the Nephilim. Richard Stanley's also done a lot of the Nephilim, Fields of the Nephilim, or the Nephilim videos back in the day. This was actually a pretty good film. The color out of space is kind of magenta. It's supposed to be indescribable, that Lovecraft writes about, but it's magenta. Like we'll just call it right there. All right. So up next is I watched this on Netflix, A Dark Song, and this is the most interesting take I've ever seen on ritual high magic. I think it would be accurate for the process to go through something of that caliber. And if you know what ritual high magic is, then maybe you've seen this, or you know kind of what I'm talking about. If you don't know what it is, check out this movie. It was good. It was really good. I was shocked at how good it was. Okay, I got a couple more here. I picked up finally They Live. I got the collector's edition. Right, it has some good stuff. Audio commentary with John Carpenter, which is always great, and Roddy Piper. Uh, a new interview with Carpenter, the making of, theatrical trailer, TV spot, and more, which is cool. I finally own this. Finally, and this is a reversible cover, which I like the old school covers. I admit it, and I did the same thing with this next one. Dick Clark's Black Christmas, phenomenal horror film, totally creepy. Anyone who watches and loves horror movies has probably seen this. If you haven't seen this, you got to check it out. New scan from the negative. Audio commentary from director producer Bob Clark. Audio commentary by actors Keir Dullea and John Saxon. John Saxon was the father in Nightmare on Elm Street, if you didn't know. Audio commentary by actor Nick Mancuso as Billy. So that's pretty sweet. Disc 2 has a bunch of other special features. I'm not going to get into it. There's a ton of stuff there. So we actually didn't own this. Picked up The Corpse Bride. Found it for like $5 at a random CVS pharmacy. So grab that. And another Criterion that I have, and this was number 17 on the list. And this is Salo, or 120 Days of Sodom. Not for the faint of heart. It's definitely. I used to do this blog post called "How High Is the Ceiling?" Shocking and disturbing cinema that I've seen. This is up there. I mean, it's a bit out of date, but it's depraved for certain. It's nothing on the realm of Serbian film, which to me is still the top. That is the benchmark of probably the most disturbing movie ever made. This is probably in the top 20. There are definitely more disturbing films out there. This is pretty messed up. So if you don't like horrible things happening to young people, do not watch this. But the Criterion made a copy of it. Not made a copy of it. They released it through their publishing wing, whatever. I don't know, their production house. There we go. Okay, so there you have it. There's my crazy haul. I have another pile of DVDs, but it's just too much. I'm going to break it into 2 parts. So how do you get the Lighthouse? So normally I'm like, oh, why this, why that, why this? It's still a question, right? So what do you think the next film that the Criterion Collection should put out? I don't care what film it is. What's the film, and why should it be put out by them? Because they do some pretty crazy stuff. They actually, from what I understand, they were the ones who kind of put widescreen films on the map when they introduced them with their DVDs back in the day. So what do you think? Something that hasn't been done? Personally, I'd say Jaws, so, don't say that one because I've already said it, right? Like, that one's right off the record. I know it's going to be released in 4K in June, I think, or July of this year, which, I've owned that movie on, like, every format, VHS, DVD. I have it on Blu-ray. Maybe I'll get it on 4K. I don't know. I do have an Xbox that plays 4K, so I might. But I'm just like, I'm enjoying DVD and Blu-ray still. I'm still enjoying Blu-ray, all right? I admit it. I'm still enjoying it, okay? All right, so there you have it. What would be the next film that the Criterion Collection should put out, and why? There you go. Best answer gets the Lighthouse UV code. I'm going to give it about a week, maybe a little bit longer. So get your answers out there. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and you all have a good one.